Yes, y'all. It is your main man, Anthony Smith.
Yo, P in the building.
And this is the weekly dose of Chop It Up, where we slice and dice all the knowledge we got about the photo and the video. It's about to go down. One of our biggest and best episodes have always been Gig Talk. For some reason, you guys love that. So we're going to dive into Gig Talk number 3.
Gig talking. Yep, that's what we're going to do, man. First, we want to shout out. We got a couple folks that, that reached out to us last week, and we definitely appreciate personal, messaging and, personal feedback. Definitely want to give you guys a shout out. Who you got?
Man, I got Rafa. He's always out there listening, always catching these gems, always chiming in, letting us know what we doing, what we could be doing, and what he's taking from what we giving.
Yeah, man, and we got Evan and Brian, man, some of the actor family, man. Appreciate you guys. The feedback is key. It keeps us on point on what you guys actually want to listen to, and it helps us pinpoint, like, where we're putting out valid information. So
Right. And with that being said, our number one has always been this Gig Talk thing. So let's get into Gig Talk, P. Let's get it.
So we can talk about today, man. We had a cool shoot today. Kind of winged it a little bit for the most part.
Yeah. It was when you're working with clients, and this in particular client happens to be a good friend of both of ours, and we've been working with him for years, and he's one of the easier clients to work with, so we kind of get to do what we want. So anytime you have a client like that, you want to go ahead and kind of stretch your wings out, you know what I mean, and test the water. So we kind of give this client what he wants, but on top of giving him what he wants, we kind of, do what we want to do as well, just to kind of see if we can make some stuff work, and it always ends up working out in both of our favors.
Yeah, man, it was cool to bounce some ideas off today. Today we utilized a GoPro to get a first person shoot. So, Ant had the mouthpiece with the GoPro hanging out,
We're going to use that GoPro wherever we can.
Yeah, the GoPro grill.
I actually bought that thing so I could take it out on my Sea-Doo, but my Sea-Doo broke down, so it's just been sitting up with all the other... You ain't got no
business Sea-Dooing anyway.
I can't swim. I'm probably going to get out there and drown. It's probably the best thing that the Sea-Doo went down before I could try it out, because I was literally going to fly. What I did not think about was...
Don't be a statistic. You need to learn to swim, brother.
Listen, I don't think that the GoPro mount was going to float. So it was literally going to fly out of my mouth because I was going to fall. And then my GoPro and the brand new mount was going to be gone. So it's a good thing I'm thinking about that right now. So I can, put a little shoelace on there so I can at least keep it around my neck when I fly off, because I'm getting on that Sea-Doo next summer.
We're going to get you some swim lessons first, bro.
Hey, when y'all see me out there doing 70 miles an hour in the water with the floaties on, y'all don't laugh at me, because I'm out there getting it. You feel me? Life Jets and floaties. Let's go.
You can't be no grown-ass man with no floaties, bro.
I'm going to find me some floaties that's going to fit. I'm going to find some floaties that are going to fit.
You're going to have the rubber ducky tube, too?
Hey, rubber ducky. I might put the rubber ducky on just to stay afloat, just to keep my GoPro rolling.
Oh, man, we'll be sure to film that and make sure that hits the podcast as well.
So one of the big tasks that we had today was we had 2 hours and we wanted to record 4 videos, which left, you can think of it as 30 minutes per video, but we really had 10 minutes, right. 40 minutes,
right.
And run back to the house for 30 minutes and then 30 minutes. So we had to make it work. We had to make it do what it do. And I've been following a lot of these guys that are not considering themselves. Yeah, I want to say guys that are considering themselves pros. And the biggest thing that I see that I haven't been doing is checking my shots on set. And that's one thing that I want to get into doing, because missing a shot and realizing that you don't have the shot that you wanted when you're at home and you're editing, it's already too late. So if we can just start going through these shots, yes, it takes a little bit longer. yes, it's a little bit more tedious because it's more gear that you got to bring. But knowing me, I have everything in the kitchen sink anyways. So why not just load up the laptop and double check the stuff?
Right. We shot, we experimented with shooting sideways today. So, we were able to check it right on the spot. So, ain't no like trying to crop nothing down or fix it in post. No, we got it fixed right on.
None of that. We got it all the way that we want it, right there on the spot. Second video, nothing was really difficult today. The one thing that was difficult was the first person view when we had to cut it back and forth with the GoPro, and it was just trying to try out different angles that was going to work, and then me and P kind of talking back and forth and deciding what was going to work, and then shooting it, seeing if it works, checking it, making sure it worked, and if it didn't, redoing it from a different angle. So once we get back to the editing room, it's not like we're searching for shots. We already know what we did. We know where everything should line up and go. So now it's just about placing everything in the order that we shot it and making it work.
And I think that was key for especially for that video, because we took a bunch of different angles to really bring the whole video together. We did it all in order. So when like he said, once we get into post with it, it's gonna make it that much more.
Everything's gonna be in order,
right? It's gonna be that much seamless. Like, and that's how you kind of like keep your workflow rolling. If you're not going to necessarily make a shot list, at least keep your shots together.
Yeah, and with that being said, it just makes it to where you don't forget nothing, because if you're doing it in order, then it's going to be hard to forget something. But if you're doing it out of sync or out of order, you could very well forget a shot and have to create something and throw some B-roll over something just to make it look like something else.
Right. I think shooting in a shop is it's cool, but you definitely you don't, especially shooting during business hours, you have to be mindful of like not interrupting the workflow. You don't want to cost the business while you're trying to handle your shoot. So we kind of you have to adapt. We had a situation where we had to wait.
You got to be that ninja in there. You know what I mean? There's business going on. So, and then a lot of times on top of waiting, you have to, if a shot looked a certain way and there wasn't a client that was standing right next to whoever was the person that was in the video, then you got to wait until you get that same moment, because you don't want to ask the guy to stand up. He's just a customer in there doing something. Hey man, could you were just standing right here. You think you could do that again for me?
Right. So you definitely want to be mindful of your surroundings. You don't want you got people like us. We're going to pick up on like, oh man, that shoe wasn't there the first time. What are you talking about?
Right. So. There's people that do that. They're going to pick it out. They're going to circle it. They're going to be, why was this and this wasn't this? So you just got to make sure that you're being aware of your surroundings, and when you do shoot it, make sure you shot it the same exact way that you shot it the first time, even though it's the second, third time.
Right. What else? I mean, today we shot,
and being creative when you're shooting in the same location is another thing, because we've been shooting for this in particular client in a barbershop, but not this same barbershop, because he's grown as we have grown, and you have to be creative because nobody wants to see the same video recreated. So getting in there, and that's where that GoPro came in. It's like, how can we get more creative with these shots? What can we do to give this video a different vibe? And the idea that we came up with was, what about the customer's perspective? What is a customer that's never been in this shop, in this facility? What are they going to see, and what's the service that they're going to get? Because at the end, they're the most important. If it wasn't for the customer, the clients coming into the barbershop would not be there.
Right.
So for new customers, clients, maybe somebody wants to see what it feels like to walk in there, to sit in that seat, the service that they're going to get. So that was one of the videos that we try to portray today.
Yeah, man. We'll hit the content on the feed like we always do. Once we edit it out, we'll let you know what's going on. And definitely we'll be getting into like showing more visuals. We're still getting to the level of where we're gonna transfer all this over to the YouTube and get everything rolling.
Yeah, we were supposed to go pick something up today, and realized it was Sunday, even though it feels like a Saturday due to President's Day. I'm not complaining because I'm off work. Hello. But it being Sunday, it kind of stopped us. We needed some parts. We needed some tools to get from Home Depot, and it just didn't happen. So I was hoping that today's Gig Talk will be the first video feed that we'll be able to put out with also the podcast. But y'all going to have to wait until next week for that one.
Yep. They want to close the doors on us.
Yeah. This weekend, we got a big gig coming up, and that's going to be Dog Show, man, the biggest West Coast Bully Expo. Number 5, man, it's going to go down this Saturday. There's people flying in from all over the world.
Literally.
To see the show. It's ridiculous.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's a lot of people that show up at the show. It's always fun. It's always a good time.
Always litty. So next Gig Talk, I'm sure we're going to chime in and let y'all know how that went. And hopefully it goes the way that we want it to. But, you know, it's always those little kinks that happen. Like last year, I got busted putting the drone up.
Oh yeah, you did.
I'm literally like pulling the drone out, and this is when I had the Inspire 1, so it's not like a Mavic, like real quick, real small, real nimble, and you could just throw it up in the air. And that's why I feel like the Mavic Pro and the Mavic Pro 2 are two of the drones that are still on top of the market, and it's due to the quality that they put out, the size, and you being able to put them up and get the shot from anywhere just about. The problem with the Inspire was it was so damn big.
That thing is a monster, man. And all I remember is seeing that motherfucker about to crash.
Every time I put it in the air, man, it was just like the most nerve-wracking thing of seeing this drone up in the air.
Oh, my God.
You're in full control, and you're not supposed to be flying over people. Everybody knows in the drone world that you're not supposed to be flying over people. But in order to get that shot, you got to get over them people.
Yeah, man. Y'all, if you ever been in a situation where, I mean, it's not like I could have ran over there and grabbed the drone. I'm not about to get chopped up.
Yeah. It went down, B. It went down. So
I'm just happy where it went. I mean, I was gonna take some, you know, I was gonna dive on it if I had to, but it turned off by itself.
It didn't come to that. We made it out all right. We ended up on somebody else's YouTube channel as Inspire 1 goes down. But you know what I mean? That was actually 2 years ago that the Inspire went down. Last year,
yeah.
Before I could even put the Inspire up, they were looking for me. Like, okay.
They remember last year. They saw that shit hit the fence and everything the year before.
We see them with the suitcase. Get them. And I'm telling you, I'm walking with the man. I'm talking about he rented out the whole spot. It's his event. Whoop-de-whoop. The security guard said, no. You know what happened? This fool just pushed on. They gonna look at me like, so what's up? We not flying the drone? And I'm looking at him like, nigga, you just hurt the security guard. What do you mean? You just gonna step back away from the situation and let me get hemmed up by the police, and then gonna ask me after I get out the situation. So, we not doing that or what? No, it's over. It's a wrap. Put it in the truck.
The one thing that I have issues with every year at the Orange Show, man. Shout out to the Orange Show. You guys have an amazing venue, but please upgrade y'all damn power sockets. I have somebody that unplugs my shit every year. Damn year.
Every year.
This is the 5th year. Can we not have this happen? Please. So if you guys don't know, I'm a DJ as well. So I for this particular show, I DJ for this show. And, you know, I control everything, like as far as what's going on for the show. So, you know, the first half of the show, I'm playing the music, you know, getting the vibe cracking for the dogs to start doing their thing. And then after that, they, you know, I fall back and they use the audio and they, you know, microphones and everything like that. Well, you know, the last 2 years we've had some rude folks where the power plug needs to go and they like
just acting like they don't want to move.
Man.
Acting like, and then when we put it there, after we asked them and they said no, then we go get somebody of higher authority like, okay, y'all moving out the way. So then throughout the day, they accidentally kick it out.
Right. And I'm like, dude, there's no way you're going to, like, because
Not 4 times.
Right. And it's all taped up. Like, it takes some effort to take that damn plug out. But, man, every year.
They unplug it. It happens every year.
And I'm like, y'all can pay for that booth for no reason if you want to. You know, we can solve the whole equation real quick, and y'all just got to just go. But come on, man.
Yeah. So
that's interesting. And I remember the first year they had me outside of the ring. So I got dog shit everywhere around the speaker. The dogs were pissing on the speakers, marking their territory. I had dog shit all over my feet.
first and last time he was outside the ring.
I was like, yo, can y'all put me in the ring? Can we
can we get inside the ring?
They can
please?
piss and poop all over these extension cords and duct tape, but we can't be having them mark no territory on these speakers and mixers. Can we fix that, please?
Just not happening. It's just not something we're willing to do. So that's going to be it's always a good event. It's always legendary, especially in the dog world. But it's growing, and this just happens to be the biggest show, point blank period, in my opinion, in the world. There's been more money put into other shows, but the turnout of high level dogs and high level spenders are right here in our backyard. So
right.
that's why I feel like it's just one of those shows that you just got to take advantage of. And for me, being the only person that's pretty much filming the thing, like, there should be a team of people, 4 or 5 people, because there's so much going on at every angle. So it's hard for me to catch everything. But due to me doing these dog shows, it's made me realize how much I could do outside of this dog world, because I'm literally running around taking photos, doing video, running the drone, and it's insane how fast it's all happening.
Right, it's super fast. I think that's like it's almost it's the same thing for me. Like when I do weddings by myself, folks are like, how the hell are you doing everything? I'm like, well, shit. When I first started, I didn't know. That's just what it was. So you just figure it out, you know, and you don't know no different. Like a lot of times when you know, like when I do have help, I usually don't even know what the hell to do with it because I'm just so used to.
I don't even know where to send them. Like,
right. I'm like, I got that. I got that.
That's already done.
That. I got that. I did that. It's just I'm just so used to doing most of it by myself. So.
It just feels more comfortable having somebody there. It just soothes my soul knowing that somebody else is there. I don't know why, because 9 times out of 10, I don't use none of their shit anyways. There's been like 12 dog shows, and out of the 12, maybe more, let's say 20 dog shows, and out of 20 dog shows, 17 of them somebody's went and shot on top of what I shot, and we've used maybe 1 clip, 2 clips. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm the shit. I'm just saying that in certain areas, you gotta know what the client's looking for.
Right.
And if you're dealing with somebody who's, you know, a little bit more picky than others, then it's gonna be hard for them to accept somebody else's clip. Now, if the dog was missing, if the person was missing, and this is the only video clip that you have of them,
right,
it's going in there.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
But otherwise, it ain't gonna make it.
And I think that's clutch too, man. You gotta
know your value. That's when the dollar goes up.
You gotta know your value, and you gotta know your customer as well, because not everybody can shoot for everybody. I mean, I think everybody can shoot for everybody, but you know, particular styles, folks look for more than others. So you got to make sure you're gonna deliver exactly what your clientele wants. You know, like the relationship that Ant has with George is, you know, is basically is really grown because you know they see the same thing. You know,
100,
and it's not even a position like who's better or who's anything else like that. It's Ant can deliver exactly what he wants. So why go anywhere else?
Right.
It just don't make no sense, like, at all. Like, why?
For what? You keep on telling them to bring somebody else on, and they get fired.
Right, instantly. I see that. I see. I'm like, hey, what happened to that? Oh, okay, never mind.
He didn't make it, dog. He didn't make it, dog.
I'm looking at the footage like, oh, never mind. I get it.
They fired before the footage is even seen. Like, what was he doing way over here doing this when this was? Yeah, dog. I don't think you should bring him again.
Right. It's just some lanes. Like when folk, you know, Ant has 100% his own lane with the dogs, and it's like that's time spent building it too. It didn't happen overnight.
That was 4 years of grinding this rough.
Yeah.
Out.
It didn't happen overnight, so you definitely got to, like, no matter what lane you're trying to step into, just know that, you know, if you see somebody doing it and they make it look effortless, that's the back half of the hours that you did not see. You didn't see the timeless hours of him over there at George's house, personally, like, talking through and, like, studying dogs and looking at dogs, looking at pictures, learning the breeds, basically learning the lingo 100% to where it becomes fluid when you see it on camera.
Right.
And then, so it's a lot of times vested other than what you just see on the final project. It took some time to get to that final project.
Whole lot of time, whole lot of effort. But no matter what industry you decide to dive into, you gotta make sure that you're versatile, make sure that you're open, and make sure that you're giving it your all. I feel like everybody should have something that they're known for, and it doesn't matter. We all shoot. You know what I mean? You can call me up to shoot a wedding, but I'm gonna call P and say, P, you want to shoot this wedding? This is what he does. He doesn't even have to think about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's that kind of thing. Like if I didn't know somebody that was like P, that wasn't as close as we are, of course I'm going to shoot the wedding. And depending on who the person is, if it's my sister, if it's a close family member, I'm going to do it. But if it's a client that just DM me and they're asking for prices on a wedding, automatically, I'm not sending them nothing. I'm sending them directly to Visions by Preston. It's over.
Right, I do the same.
We don't even think about it. It's just a click of a button. Boom.
Right.
Here you go, P.
There's
Take
no
that.
reason, and there's enough gigs to go around. I'm happy that I have somebody I can throw stuff to, and and it comes right back. And that's, for me, man. I feel like that's what it should be, because you can't, if you're just gonna get greedy on just take everything, just take it. Like sometimes you're cheating the customer, man.
Cheating the customer and also cheating yourself, because you're not allowing yourself to build in an industry that you could take over.
Right. If you're super strong at something, and something like,
if you're dope at cars, if cars is something that you're into,
Right.
shoot cars.
Attack it.
It makes sense. You know what I mean? You already are in that circle. You already know people that have dope cars. You already know when these car shows are happening. Shoot cars. You know what I mean? If you're a fat ass and you like eating all the time like me, shoot food. I should start shooting food.
Put that shit. You should.
Man.
Joe fat ass, some hot tamales. You need to shoot some hot tamales.
Some hot tomato, a chili dog too. I could go for a chili dog right now. I'm really gonna start shooting food. Y'all gonna see food videos.
Oh, it's gonna have food porn all over the place.
Hey, it's gonna be more me eating it than shooting it, but
cheese dripping. Understand?
Hey,
ketchup
y'all
squirting.
seen that cheese dripping in 240 frames a second down my lip.
Understand, there will be a side of ketchup. I don't care what it is, what he's eating. This boy has ketchup on everything.
Hey, we got the extra. We get the Costco pack of ketchup.
Golly, I swear he puts ketchup on fucking everything. It's nasty.
Gallon.
That shit is gross.
Gotta have it.
This dude on I promise you, it's on anything. He'll
It's going on.
He'll
there.
get spaghetti. Have the sauce already in there, and still add some damn ketchup.
Babe, can you bring me the ketchup? It's not playing. I need it.
Oh my god! But yeah, man, some gig talk of what happened on today, and some past, and all that.
Yeah. So thank y'all for tuning in. I'm your guy Anthony Smith.
Yo, P in the building,
and this is. I'm gonna shoot me a banana split tonight.
Fat ass.
Maybe I'm just gonna eat a banana split.
This nigga right. Oh my god. Diabetes is real.